Okay. Through this video, I want to discuss with you 2019 paper 2 economics question number 2. That is really from market, right? Part 1, question number 2, 2019 paper 2, question number 2, Roman number 1, part A. What factors influence the market demand for a normal good? I will read it again. What factors influence the market demand for a normal good? Right. Market demand for a normal good. Actually, there are more factors affecting market demand for a normal good, but at least you have no 7 or 6 factors affecting the market demand. You can just name here, as you are given 2 marks, you can just list or name factors affecting the market demand. Number 1, you can write price of the relevant product. Price of the relevant product. That is the main factor. Then number 2, prices of other product. Prices of other product. Prices of other products. For example, substitutes products and complement product. We'll be discussing these things in detail through other questions. But here you are just asked to list factors affecting market demand for a product. Number 3, consumers' income. Consumers' income. Number 4, consumers' taste. Consumers' taste. Next one, population. Population of the country or in the market. Next one, future expectation. Future expectation. Future expectation. Price of the relevant product, the product we are concerned. Prices of other product, consumers' income, consumers' taste, population of the country, and future expectation. Right? We can take with the condition. Likewise, at least you can just list 6 factors. Right? That is the answer for part A, Roman number 1. Next question, explain why a reduction in price of a common good does not increase the demand for the good. I will repeat the question again. Explain why a reduction means decrease in the price of a normal good does not increase the demand for that good. Right. You know, if you take actually law of demand, we know that there will be inverse relationship. That is, when there is increase in price of the product, there will be decrease in quantity demand. When there is decrease in price of the product, there will be increase in quantity demand. But here, the question, explain why a reduction, decrease in the price of a normal good does not increase the demand for the good. Here, quantity demanded and increase in quantity demanded and increase in demand will be 2 different concepts. As you have got inverse relationship between price of the product and quantity demanded, when the price increases, QD will be QD, quantity demanded, will decrease or will come down. Then, because of price of the product, concerned product, there will be decrease or increase in quantity demand, not the change in demand. For you to have change in demand, that is decrease or increase in demand, there should be change in other factors affecting demand except price of the commodity. Because of price, we can have change in quantity demand. Change in quantity demand. At the examination, you have to explain when the price increases, then there will be decrease in quantity demand. When the price decreases, there will be increase in quantity demand, not the increase or decrease in demand. If we take diagram like this is your demand curve. Here price, here QD. At the examination for this question, you don't need to draw the diagram and explain. You have to just explain briefly the reason, because you are given two questions now. But for you to understand, I will explain change in quantity demanded and change in demand by using a diagram also. Here, you just take price P and quantity demanded Q. You know, if there is any increase in price, what will happen to Q? From Q1 to Q2, there will be decrease in quantity demand. Your price will go up. You just take P3, then what will happen? P3 decrease in price, then it will be Q3. That means increase in quantity demand. This is the original point. Then when there is increase in price of the product, there will be decrease in quantity demand. If you take this is point A, point B, then point A to B, this is the movement along the demand curve. When the price decrease from P to P3, there will be increase in quantity demand, that is Q3. There are for downward movement. When the price increase, there will be upward movement. When the price decrease, there will be downward movement along the same demand curve. I will say it again at the examination for this question. Oh, this type of question, you don't need to draw a diagram and explain. You have to just explain the relationship. When the price increase, there will be decrease in quantity demand. That is called contraction of demand. When the price decrease, then there will be increase in quantity. That is called expansion in or extension in quantity demand. That is because of price of the commodity. But because of other factors affecting demand, except price of the concerned product, there will be change in demand. Then we can expect, this is price P, this is QD, this is the original DD. Because of other factors affecting demand except price, there can be upward shift or downward shift, like D2, because of change in other factors affecting demand. The further explanation, these two diagrams are not necessary. For this answer, you have to briefly explain if there is an increase in price of the product, there will be decrease in quantity demand. If there is any decrease in price of the product, there will be increase in quantity demand. Because of price, there can be only change in quantity demand, not change in demand. For you to have change in demand, there should be changes in factors affecting demand, other factors affecting demand, like consumers' income, consumers' taste, population, change in other prices of other products like complementary products, substitute product, then you can expect change in demand. Then you can have upward move, upward shift or downward shift. But because of change in price of the relevant product, we can have movement of the demand curve. That is upward movement or downward movement. It will happen only because of price, but for you to have upward movement or upward shift or downward shift, you have to have a change in other factors affecting demand except price, like price of other products, other commodities, the substitute products, complementary products, consumers' income, consumers' taste, population, which expectations like that. Right. Then next part 3, explain why the quantity demanded of a good increases as its price increases. Right. Actually, explain why the quantity demanded of a good decreases as its price increases. You know, even in this answer, I explain the reason, but we should explain the reason behind that. What? Explain why the quantity demanded of a good decreases as its price increases. Right. Price goes up, then QD goes down. The reason we have to explain. There are two reasons to have this effect. When the price of the commodity increases, quantity demand will decrease. When the price of the commodity decreases, quantity demand will increase. There are two reasons to have this effect. Number one, income effect. Number two, substitution effect. So if you have this effect, that means increase in price will affect to decrease in quantity demanded. Decrease in price will affect to increase quantity demand. Income effect and substitution effect. What do you mean by income effect? You know, when the price of the product increases, consumers cannot buy the same quantity from the same product. Real income of the consumer's income will decline. Why? What you purchased in the past from the same product, now you cannot buy the same quantity at the current price. Therefore, consumers' real income will come down, will decline. That is called income effect. That is called income effect. When the price of the increase, when the price of the product increases, the consumer's real income will come down. That means what you purchased from the same product in the past at that price, now you cannot the same quantity at the current price. That is the income effect. The consumer's real income has come down. Next reason, substitution effect. What is substitution effect? You know, when the price of the relevant product increases, people will try to find other cheaper product. They will leave the concerned product and try to find new products which are having lower prices. Therefore, people will leave the concerned product and try to buy products which are having lower prices. That is substitution effect. Therefore, when the price of the commodity increases, people will reduce the demand from the concerned product and move to another product which are having lower prices. That is called substitution effect. That is the answer for part 2, 4 marks. You have to briefly explain that one. Then next one, briefly describe the factors influencing price elasticity of supply. Right. Briefly explain the factors affecting the price elasticity of supply. What is price elasticity of supply? Price elasticity of supply. Price elasticity of supply. Factors affecting to price elasticity of supply. That is the responsiveness of continuous supplies when the price of relevant product changes. Right? Price elasticity of supply. What does it mean? Price elasticity of supply means that is the responsiveness of continuous supplies to a change in price of the relevant commodity or product. That is the responsiveness of continuous supply to a change in price of the concerned product. Then there are different factors affecting price elasticity of supply. Number one, substitution possibilities. Substitution possibilities mean possibilities. That means we can use the same resource to produce different goods. The resource which are used to produce one product can be used to produce another product. Okay, that is the substitution possibilities. When there are more substitution possibilities, the product has more elastic, price elastic. When there are less substitution possibilities, the product is less price elastic. Number two, storage capacity. Storage capacity. You know, when there are more storage products, we have the product has more elastic. When there are less storage capacity, the product has less elastic, that is inelastic. Number three, changing capacity or spare capacity. Spare capacity means if you are in a position to, the business is in a position to increase the capacity, then they are in a position to increase the production, then they can supply, increase supply. So the product has more elastic. If they are not having spare capacity, the product has inelastic demand, supply. Sorry. Then next one, durability or non-durability. You know, if the product is not durable, that is called perishable production. They are having inelastic supply. But if the product is non-durable, that is perishable, product has inelastic demand. But if the product has durable nature, then the product has more elastic. The product is more price elastic. Right. Number one, substitution possibilities. Number two, storage capacity, spare capacity, durability or non-durability. Then these factors are affecting to have change in price that of supply. When it comes to examination, depending on the given marks, you have to briefly explain. You have name and briefly explain these factors, each factor. If you are just given 2 marks, you can just list or name the factors. But if you are asked to explain, you have to explain each factor separately. Otherwise, you are not given all marks mentioned in the question, right? Then anyway, at the examination, depending on given marks for the question, you have to take the time and answer. We can take another factor, time. That means short run or long run. Short run or long run. Okay. You know, within the short run, the business cannot change their factors of production, resources. Therefore, price as of supply will be inelastic. But during the long run, the businesses are in a position to change their resources. Therefore, the price as of supply will be more elastic during the long run, long period. Likewise, you can answer depending on given marks for the question. If you are just asked to list giving 2 marks or 4 marks, you just name the factors affecting the price as of supply. But if you are asked to explain briefly, giving 4 marks, then you have to explain each factor in brief. Right. Then from next video, we'll be discussing the balance part of the question number 2 came in the year 2019.